screw Impact Wrestling for many reasons. Like, if I wasn't done with them before, I sure as crap am after that Hard to Kill pay-per-view. That was, they took a big poop on Brian Cage on his way out of the company. And the whole, I wasn't buying into the Tessa versus Sami Callihan thing already. And then they have her beat him in the midst of all this controversy because reasons. I don't know.
I get it. I get why they did it. At first, I was confused by it, but now I look back and I get why they did it, because I'm going to call a spade. And this will explain a lot. Tessa Blanchard is their biggest star.
I mean, I guess.
That's how they market her. That's where their marketing dollars have went. And if you notice, all the Impact stars are backing her because they know that's their biggest star.
Yeah. Well, and this is the thing. I brought this up. Somebody was talking about this with Rhea Ripley, and I kind of told him off about it because, like, I thought it was stupid. He was like, "Oh, you just give Rhea Ripley everything. You know, give her. She's a huge star. Strap her rock to her, whatever." Which I agree with that part. I think she's a huge star, or can be a huge star. But he said, have her beat Adam Cole for the NXT title and just be like the main champ. And I was like,
no.
Why? I'm like, why though? Why does she? I'm like, in essence, like, I know what they're not meaning it this way, but it comes off when you really think about it is a sexist like thought. Same with Tessa, because it's like, oh, well, the women's title isn't good enough, and the women's division isn't good enough, and I can't be a star unless I take the title that the men hold and I beat the men. Then I can be a real star.
Yeah. Well, I think I had this conversation before about this. I feel like the problem with Tessa Blanchard holding that title is it diminishes the women's title.
Absolutely. Yeah.
As opposed to what Becky Lynch does, and she says, you know what? I'm the man. This title is the title that you guys should be caring about. And if I do choose to go after the WWE title, it's not because I can't get it. It's because I want that one too. I'd rather be Becky two belts. You know, she made that a thing.
Yeah. Well, like WWE.
That sounds cool.
Yeah. Well, with WWE, they've put emphasis on, because they're like, well, we're not going to have intergender matches, so we're going to put more emphasis on the women's roster, build it up, have them have good matches, put them in main events and key spots. And yeah, Becky Lynch is our biggest freaking star right now next to The Fiend.
Yeah, probably over The Fiend, if anything.
Yeah, and definitely longer. She main evented WrestleMania facing women for the women's title. But TNA or Impact, whatever the hell you want to call them, it's like, no, Tessa has to beat the man, like, in our company in order to be the top star.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I mean, yeah, the women, the women's title back in, like, early 2010s, like, they were actually building a good women's division. Taryn Terrell, odd to say, but she was having good matches. Gail Kim, Awesome Kong. I mean, the women were doing great. Tara or Victoria, whatever you want to call her, they were tearing it up. And even if the matches weren't, 5-star classics all the time, they had a fair share of good matches, and they did main event a few times. They had cage matches and hardcore matches and everything else. And the women only faced the women. I think Impact is steering into this whole intergender internet fad. I just call it a freaking sideshow, because it's like, why is this a thing that has to happen? I don't care if people have mocked. They're like, oh yeah, because it's all play fighting, so who cares? It's like, it's still physical, and I have no interest in seeing a man beating up a woman and a woman beating up a man.
I agree.
Impact has changed their titles again. They look exactly the same, but now they're red instead of blue. I don't know what the hell the significance of that was.